Hiya. So obviously this is a change of location for me. I'm spending the weekend with Laura and Layla. Seriously? So, this would never happen in my house. Hiya. As always, I'm going to start my video by saying a huge thank you to everybody who's taken the time to either watch, write a comment, anything. Just, you have no idea what it means to me, the support I'm getting from this, and it's a massive drive for me to help me make more videos, so thank you. And of course, if you do like the videos, please like, subscribe and hit that bell for further notifications. So this weekend's been kind of up in the air because I chose not to do anything. I spent the whole weekend with Laura and Layla. It's Sunday night now, I'm back in my own house making my own video. I've spent today making a video for Laura, which was great fun. Great fun seeing her videos get better. I enjoyed that a lot. So yeah, a conscious choice, don't do anything. Relax, spend quality time with people that you love, and I feel amazing for it. So I'm going to start with a good news story. For anybody following along, I quit smoking last Friday, and it gives me great pleasure to say it's now Sunday of the next week and I'm still not smoking. You have no idea how good it feels to actually say that out loud. Two really good stories that have happened this week because of me not smoking. The first one, before I tell it, I want to stress that in no way, shape or form do I think the other guy in this story is bad. Hear me out to the end, okay? So as I've said, I quit smoking last Friday and it was okay over the weekend. I get to work on Monday, that's fine, Tuesday, and there's a guy in my work who heard that I was quitting smoking and all of a sudden decided he was going to quit too. Now that was at about 9:15 in the morning he decided that. Sometime later in that day he came up to me and said that he was having a difficult time quitting and that he was going to go and buy tobacco and did I want me buy me fags. And I took so much pleasure in saying, no, it's okay, I quit. I didn't mean it vindictive, I didn't say it harsh, it was like, no, it's okay, I'm still quitting. He went away, about 10 minutes or so later he came back and he put a cigarette down on my keyboard and said, well, we'll go for a fag. I lifted the fag up and I handed it back to him and I was like, I told you before, I've quit. The rush I got from that was unbelievable. So much so that I've got a Postit note somewhere in one of my bags and it's the time and date that I said it. First time I got to say I don't smoke and it felt really, really good. Now as I said, I don't have any bad feelings towards the guy that did this. I totally understand it. Nobody likes to fail and nobody likes to fail in front of somebody else. When he chose to quit smoking, it was completely the wrong idea. He came to work as a smoker and just decided because he saw me that he was going to quit smoking. That is not the right way to do it. So he wasn't kind of set up the right way. By the time it got to the lunch break and he felt that he wasn't going to make it, on a completely psychological level, it's easier for someone to fail if you're not watching someone else succeed at the same thing that you're trying. So I totally understand why he kind of casually hinted or casually tried to get me to start smoking again. And that goes the same for pretty much anything that you're trying to quit or that you're addicted to. I'm pretty sure that drug addicts don't like to see other drug addicts succeed in quitting because it shows more of their failures. So there's always the persuasion and there's always the temptation and things like that. Alcoholics, the exact same thing. And this was just the smoker's equivalent. He thought he was doing a nice thing because he was feeling tortured and he assumed that I was feeling the same. Unfortunately, I wasn't. I felt amazing. And quitting smoking allowed me to do something today that was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my entire life. So I'm not really seeing any savings yet because, to be honest, I didn't have the money to buy cigarettes. So all that's happened is I've not borrowed money. So in theory, I'll be richer at the end of the month for this. I did have some money, which did allow me to go into town and buy a couple of things for Laura and Layla. Geeky stuff. We all get new supports for our cameras that are really cool. They weren't expensive, but it was nice giving them to Laura and Layla. Now, once I'd bought them all, I was left with roughly about £10. A week and a half ago, it would have been a no-brainer. That was fag money. It would have stayed in my pocket until I got home, I'd have bought fags, and that would have been it. But when I was in town, I suddenly thought, what can I buy with this? So, Layla is absolutely crazy about Good Omens just now. She's watched the whole of the TV series. David Tennant just blew her away. She talks about it all the time. She dresses up like him, and it's dead exciting to watch. And she keeps asking me for the book. So we went to the library and we put it on special order, but it can take about a month. And she's been really patient, and we go to the library every now and again, and she'll always ask it, and unfortunately they've never got it yet. So I had this £10 left. So I went to a bookshop and bought Layla a copy, her very own copy of Good Omens. So when I got home, I got Layla and sat her down in the living room. And first of all, I gave her the stand for her camera, and she was her usual tickled pink, thinking it was the best thing since sliced bread. Then I told her to close her eyes and put her hands out. And I just put the book in her hands. And she opened her eyes. And the look on her face. As she just lit up, her eyes just started to sparkle, and it was, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And she flew at me and just wrapped her arms around me and just hugged and hugged and hugged. And I was like, oh, you're welcome. No, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. And then I heard that she was crying. She was sobbing her wee heart out, just with her wee head on my shoulder. And it was tears of sheer joy. And she just kept looking up at me and saying, thank you so much, thank you so much. How did you know? How did you know? And I was like, Layla, I'm your dad. I know you better than I know myself. 2 weeks ago, I couldn't have done that. 2 weeks ago, I'd have walked all the way home from town because I couldn't afford the bus fare. I'd have walked through any sort of weather just to get to the Gorbals with that £10 in my pocket because I knew I needed to buy fags. And yes, it's £10 for fags. Why anybody does it is beyond me. But it's £10 for fags. But because I made a conscious choice last Friday not to smoke, I got the pleasure of just walking into a bookshop because I knew I had the money and bought the book there and then. Now, I know it's only £10. It's not as if I bought a car or a house or a new keyboard or something along those lines. But it's a starting point. And if that's the feeling I got from being able to gift something to Layla, a £10 gift, this is just going to get better and better and better every single day. And I am genuinely so excited, you can probably tell. Another amazing thing happened this week that was not planned. It wasn't part of my journey, but it is now such an integral part of my journey. I can't believe I never thought about it. I've just finished rewatching Life on Mars, which is a TV show about a guy who was in an accident and he ends up in the 70s and he can't figure out if he's been back in time and he's in a coma and all that kind of stuff. But the soundtrack is just this 70s music and it's just glorious. But the follow-up series is called Ashes to Ashes. Same concept, only it's a woman, but it's set in the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. Every good memory I have is attached to something to do with the 80s. So you can imagine I've been really enjoying listening to this soundtrack. And again, on Tuesday, I was on my lunch and I went into a cafe to buy some rolls and things like that. And In Excess Need You Tonight was playing on the radio in the background. And I suddenly get this rush of back in 1987, I think it was. Check that out. If I'm wrong, I'll put the right year up. And was just, I had big hair and baggy clothes and it just felt amazing. So, to the joys of modern technology, by the time my rolls were ready, I had the albums on my phone. I had In Excess Kick, Listen Like Thieves, X. I downloaded every album they had. And then had some shopping to do. And danced and sang my heart out the whole way about shops. At one point, kids were running up in front of me to see what I was doing because I was back in the 80s. I could feel the silk shirt, I could feel the big hair, I could feel the eyeliner. It was just such a buzz. So I went and downloaded the soundtrack to, there's 3 soundtracks to Ashes, one for each season, and there isn't a song on each of the albums that I don't go, oh, I was blurting into a memory about what I was doing at some point in my life, and that song was playing in the background. So I've realised that I had completely forgotten how powerful music is as a medicine. I have been as high as a kite for 4 days now because I was thinking back to times before I've been sick, before I knew about money, before I had to have a job, and just enjoying, reminiscing about those times, but enjoying them now. I get the same feeling. Yes, I'm sick. Yes, I have financial problems, but I can still dance about like crazy to INXS Need You Tonight, and I don't care. So yeah, I downloaded quite a few albums from my past and just reacquainting myself with them. And it's been really, really good fun. So yeah, music has now become a big part of this journey. So, and before I go on, the more observant amongst you will have noticed that there's been a subtle change in my appearance and dress. That's because it's now Tuesday. I don't know what happened. I came to edit the video last night at Laura's and got right to the very end, only to discover that I hadn't actually recorded an end piece for the video. So that's one of the reasons why the video wasn't up today or yesterday. I do apologise. And I couldn't make a full video without again thanking everybody for everything that they've done so far. And to thank anybody that contributes. I don't care if it's a comment, even if it's just a like. It shows that you're there and it shows that this is actually worthwhile. I've really enjoyed making these videos. It's been really therapeutic, and I hope in some way it's helping at least one person. So if you have liked the video, please like, subscribe and hit that bell for me. It shows YouTube that these videos are worthwhile and that people are watching them. Guys, as always, thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. I know I can come across as quite cheesy. This has been quite an uplifting video because it's been mostly good points. Even the bad point was a good point, which is kind of cool. So yeah, there is going to be a couple more videos. Some things happened today that I'm going to talk about in another video. I'm going to be honest and say that I've not had a good day. The short version is, it's my birthday today, and as much as I don't expect everybody to jump about daft and that it would be bunting where I work and things like that, in my whole office, 3 people said happy birthday to me. There's some other stuff, but again, it's for another video. This is a good video. I am in a brilliant mood for the week that I had. But as I've said, that's for another video. Last weekend was brilliant, and that's what this one's about. Have fun, guys. The world is a beautiful place. Find your music, find your inspiration, and turn a bad point into a good point. Find something good about it. That's what I learned this weekend, and I hope you can get something from it. Take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.